You need to calm down.
World of Wonder podcast.
Wow. Welcome to the WOW team. How y'all doing today? I can't hear y'all. Right. So today is my first ever episode of my World of Wonder podcast. I don't know what I'm doing. Obviously, this is all very new to me. Of course, she's in heat the day I have to record. So, most of y'all know me as World of Wonder 33. But, like, the 90% of y'all who, like, don't know me outside of social media, my name is Elise. Elise. I get confused for Denise, Anise, like the amount of times I've walked up to a Starbucks person and given them my name, like right in front of them, they can clearly hear me. Denise. A common nickname that I have is Ellie. I do prefer to be called Ellie, honestly. I am 21 years old. Like I said, I really don't know what I'm doing, so I guess I'm just rambling on, because the point of this podcast, well, in my very first episode, is really just for y'all to get to know me, like who I am as a person, a little bit of my background, because, like, let's be honest, you don't know who I am as a person. So, like, I mean, y'all are more than welcome to form your own opinion about me. It may not be true. This is just kind of like to give you a concept of, like, who I am and, like, my personality, I guess. A little bit of my background, like family. There will be a lot of cuts in this because, like, my cat, she's in heat right now. And she keeps knocking stuff over, so there's gonna be some cuts. And I have really, really bad ADHD, and I can get distracted very easily, and I space out. So, like, I'll just, out of nowhere, and stop talking. I'm also, like, not really used to talking in front of a camera, so I guess it's gonna take me a little bit of time to get used to it, but I have faith. I got this. We all got this. Y'all are my wild team. I have y'all's support. So that's all I really need. So just a little bit about me. I was born in Florida. I live in Mississippi, but I traveled quite a bit when I was a kid. My dad did a lot of, like, pipe fitting, welding, stuff like that. So he's done, like, BP chemicals. He's done Austell. He's done stuff like that. So, we moved around a lot when I was a kid. 3 brothers. I live with my dad and my stepmom. My cat is, like, being absolutely hilarious right now, and it's kind of distracting me. And I also got some M&Ms. Y'all want an M&M? Tell me what y'all's favorite color M&M is. What's y'all's favorite M&Ms? Personally, this is my favorite. Hey! Miss Ma'am. Hi. You're gonna knock over something that's really, really valuable and really, really fragile. So I'm gonna need you to calm down. 2 of them are step. One of them is my biological. That's my oldest brother. I've lived in Mississippi for a little over a decade, I want to say. 5th grade up until, well, I'm still here, obviously. Duh. 5th grade up until now. I did live in Alabama at one point with my best friend. I graduated in 2022, and my birthday is November 19th, 2003. Did I just almost forget my own birthday? Has anybody else almost forgotten their own birthday? Like, numbers, man. Sometimes numbers are... Well, math was my best subject, so, like, Shame on me for not being good with numbers. Did y'all garden today? I guess that's just a little bit of a background on like my family and stuff. Like my biological mom, she lives down in Florida. We don't really talk. If she ever watches this, hello. How you doing? Onto like my personality, or like just kind of like who I am as a person. I try to be as kind as I possibly can because you never know what's going on in somebody else's day. You don't know what's going through their head. For y'all, you know, they could have had the worst day possible, and you were their deciding factor that day probably. And like, it's just always a good choice to be kind and, you know, like, stay optimistic. I was around a lot of negativity growing up, a lot of bullying, a lot of, you know, not feeling like I was good enough in a way, I would say. So like, doing YouTube is kind of like a big achievement for me because, you know, it's something that's out of my comfort zone. Like I was horrible at public speaking class. Like I busted down in tears crying in front of my class. She let me redo it and I passed. But man, the way your nerves just like get worked up for like no reason, because like it's like now I'm getting just a little bit more comfortable. Once I sit in front of the camera for long enough and like I kind of like get a sense of like where I'm going with something, it all falls into place. I kind of like lean towards my theatrical attributes, like my theatrical talents. Like I did theater when I was in high school, and I loved it. Like I could do acting if I wanted to, but like I enjoy being able to sit and talk to people, like even if it's just through a camera and you can't like really respond to me. Like that's why I do lives. I do lives 2 days a week. That way like I can chat with my followers, like get to know people. Like hey, more people on my WoW team supporting me so that way I can entertain more people. It just puts smiles on people's faces because that's what I enjoy to do. I like making people happy. I never try to hurt anybody because I've already been through quite a lot of hurt in my life, especially in like the last 2 years, I want to say. It has definitely not been the best. And those of you who do know, I've said it on my lives a couple of times, but life is just, you know, crazy, and you gotta expect the unexpected. Like, was I expecting to wake up one morning and be like, hey, I'm gonna do YouTube, but like, hey, my video blew up on TikTok, I'm gonna start a channel? That's basically how it was, because like I was in shock. Like you can scroll back on my TikTok page, and like one of my videos, it like blew up, and I had like, I think it was 7,000, 8,000 followers, and I was like, oh my god, thank you guys for all the followers and stuff. My video blew up last night. Like, thank you guys so much. And like I did a whole like get ready with me. Like I was so excited because like that was like the turning point for me. Like the point where I was like, yes, I have something that I can be motivated for. If I can be consistent enough at it, I can like get into the motivation that like I never really had for like the longest time. Because then I was like, hey, I've always wanted to do a channel. Because like when I was growing up, I was like really into like the makeup videos and stuff. I was really into the it's even on my TikTok. I even mentioned that in my very first video. I did this one video where I did clown makeup, or like I did videos to like creepy stories. Like I was really into the wanting to do makeup stuff, but then like, you know, you grow out of things, right? Like I still obviously love makeup. Like I've always wanted to do YouTube since I was a kid, because like my mind's always changing. Like I'm always thinking of something new. Like I just went and bought watercolor paint, and I bought new pens and stuff, because when I get a little desk to put here, because y'all are attached to my bed right now, if I'm gonna be honest, I don't have a mic. All I have is my little ring light that's got my phone holder. And that's where I'm at right now. But you know, everybody starts somewhere. And I'm proud of where I'm at right now because I already have so much support from you guys. And I love it. But when I get a desk, I'm going to get like this nice little camera set up. And y'all can like see the above view. Y'all will be able to see the side of me maybe. And like in front of me. And I can like paint for y'all. I can draw for y'all while I'm talking to y'all. I was always scared. I was always thinking like, do I need another person on my podcast? Which eventually I want to be able to have people on my podcast because that is like a really fun idea. Like I could do collabs with some big influencers one day maybe. If I get there, I hope I get there. I will get there. Manifestation. We will get there. Just my friends too. Like I just hop on, put the camera on, and we just talk and chatter and then post it. Like, I think a podcast kind of is just like an open space. Like, just like a space to like talk, I guess. Kind of like a FaceTime. Because I've always been told that my lives feel like a FaceTime. I've always been told like I have a good vibe. Which I always try to. I always try to like connect with everybody. I always try to stay optimistic about different people, because you never know where somebody grew up. Like I try to build my community. I think everybody's equal, honestly. I don't support bullying. You will get blocked. I don't support bullying, and I don't like you messing with my followers. That's just the rules for like my channel and stuff. Personally, I mean, I hate being lied to. Who doesn't like being lied to? I don't play with games, especially when it comes to my feelings, especially when it comes to people I like or someone I like. No, I don't like lying. I always try to stay as truthful as possible. Really truthful always, because you know that's what people deserve. People deserve honesty. Like you don't want to sit there and lie to someone's face, because then you're gonna have to keep up that lie, and then you're gonna have to keep creating stories to keep up that lie. Like I've had my share of mistakes, honestly. Like I'm sure everybody in this world has. I've had my share of mistakes. I've made my mess ups, but I'm human enough to admit it. I'm human enough to fix it, or at least try to fix it, you know? Yeah, I try to stay as honest as I possibly can, because everybody deserves honesty. Like, why? Nobody likes being lied to. I really don't like being played with. Like, even my friends, relationships, like, you play with me, you mess with me the wrong way. At this point in my life, I've gotten to, like, the realization that, like, I'm gonna be the only one who gets me somewhere. Like, I obviously have, like, support from y'all, but, like, without consistency on my end, I'm not gonna get that support from you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not posting, then you're not watching my content, which gets me nowhere. So, I don't like being played with, especially with friends and relationships. Definitely not. Like, I will be the kindest, sweetest, loyalist, most trustworthy, most honest person you will ever meet. If you don't mess with me the wrong way. Shit, you mess with me the wrong way. No, I don't like being messed with. I don't like being played with. Don't like being lied to. Back in high school, or like just back in like elementary school, I took dance. So I've done jazz, lyrical, I've done point, I've done hip hop. I really love hip hop. I want to go back to dance. Point is like the actual shoes where you go up on your toes, for those of you who don't know. I did like regular ballet, tap. I loved tap. Man, I can tap my feet all day. I did piano and singing lessons. A lot of guys said I can sing really good. Y'all can thank my singing teacher. Love her. It's been so long. Everyone. I'm waiting. I'm not eating that. I was a soprano. I sung really, really high. I can sing really, really low now. Like, my voice can get down. My voice can get down. right, Elise, you're not funny. I used to sing really, really high in elementary school and middle school. I was a soprano 1, soprano 2. I think I was soprano 2 most of the time. So, like, I was the in-between. So, like, now I can sing lower than, like, I used to be able to. And I just think it's because, like, I've grown up. Like, I'm 21 now. That was back when I was, like, what? 12, 13, 14, 15. Around those ages. So, like, my voice was obviously up in that higher range. I was a pretty quiet kid. I mean, I did a lot of sports and stuff, but, like, for the most part, I was a pretty quiet kid. Like, I sat in the back of the classroom my high school year. Like, my seat was a couch in my teacher's classroom. Like, she had it specifically for me. But, like, I kept to myself all through high school and, like, really any grade, because, like, I was never in any drama. I mean, except for my, what was it? My junior and my senior year. I think it was my senior year. I only went to one party. It was a Halloween party. And this girl was, like, talking about how I was trying to take her man, but it was my ex. And I was like, I don't want him. I already had him, sweetheart. You can have that. And her sister worked with me. They're like, you know, just stay away from her when she gets drunk. She's probably going to want to fight you. And I was like, I'm cool. I'm just going to stay in here. Won't even bother y'all. Like, I have no issues with y'all. They both got drunk, came after me and jumped me at the party. Never went to another party again. There's a video out there somewhere where I was laughing about it, but I don't know where that video was at. I was drunk and I wasn't the one recording. That was the only party I ever went to. I mean, I've been out clubbing, but, like, high school parties, I never went to any because they're just such drama. Like, things happen at parties that shouldn't happen. I'm a very sensitive person. I feel things very deeply and very empathic in a way. I've had a lot happen in, like, the past 2 years, so, like, it's kind of, like, been, like, an eye-opener on who I am as a person when you go through things that you don't think will happen to you and then do happen. It's pretty scary. I don't know, I feel things on a very strong level. If I get yelled at, like, I could, like, either 1, immediately start breaking down crying, or 2, if you knew how to push my buttons, then I flip a switch. I've flown off my handle, because, like, you know me. You know what buttons to push, and, like, you've pushed it. Now, if you've never met me, and you accidentally push a button, I'm not gonna say anything. Like, I'm gonna stay quiet because, like, you obviously don't know me as a person. I'm a very sensitive person, though, for the most part. I have 2 dogs and 1 cat. My cat's name is Olive May, but I call her Ollie. Olive. My Chihuahua's name is Isabella, but I call her Izzy. My pit bull is a boy. He's about 10, 11 months, so yeah, he's a little wild right now. His name is Calix. Ollie is about 2-3 years, I think. Isabella is turning 5 this year. My sweet little girl, she's turning 5. She's getting so old on me, man. Do y'all want a fit check real quick? I can stand up. I want to be a model, y'all, so if y'all can get me to model status one day, that would be great. Y'all say hello to Ollie. I have a very outgoing personality. Like, I'm very expressive. I dye my hair and stuff. Like, I do my own hair. That's always been a passion of mine. I really don't know what else to talk about. I really don't talk about myself a lot. I'm an open book to a certain extent. I kind of like to let people kind of figure out who I am, form their own opinions, because, like, whoever's gonna like me is gonna like me. Whoever's not gonna like me is not gonna like me. Like I keep saying, haters gonna hate regardless. Keep moving on, keep pushing. Don't judge my path until you've walked my journey. I got it quoted on me. Right there. Got it quoted on me. I just wanted to come on here and say a little bit about myself for my first podcast. Y'all kind of, like, got an insight on who I am as a person. Podcasts are going to be on Mondays. Song covers are going to be on Wednesdays. I don't know what I'm going to do on Fridays. I guess that's still yet to come because obviously this still is a new thing. This is still progressing. Working on merch too. We're going to have that. But I just wanted to say thank you guys for all the love and all the support that y'all have for me. And I hope y'all enjoyed my very first episode. Like, obviously I said I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna learn and I'm gonna get there with y'all's love and y'all's support. Thank you, my little mushies, for joining me today. Subscribe to my other accounts. I will have them linked down in my bio. And I hope y'all have just like the most wonderful day ever. Toodaloo, kangaroo.